Hi there, this is Kristen Goodwin with 35th and Clay. I just wanted to share a bit of my story regarding the giveaway that we're currently doing. We've done a lot of giveaways, but this one is very near and dear to my heart because wellness is so important to me. And I just wanted to share a little bit of my story. I can sometimes make a short story long. I'm going to try to make this long story short, but it does go back in time a little bit. I was a very healthy, fit college athlete, and fitness was very important to me and health was very important to me so I could perform at the highest level. And then I went to college, like I said, and then I decided to go into physical therapy and got my master's in physical therapy. And that part of wellness, or that piece of wellness, I loved. And that's definitely an important piece, the physical therapy realm. And during that time, I was also raising children. And if you know anything about the Enneagram, I am a 3-wing 2. Which is an achiever and a helper. I'm very passionate about all my crazy projects and all my crazy people. And I burn the candles at both ends. I'm kind of an all or nothing person. I'm usually in the all zone. And so in everything I do, that's just kind of the way I address it. And I did that with raising kids. I did that with work as a physical therapist. And loved every second of it. I didn't realize how tired and run down I was becoming. And then at one point I woke up one morning and realized, you know what, I'm chronically ill. Not just a little bit, but very ill. I had gained a lot of weight. My body was inflamed. My eyes were some days almost swollen shut. My hands were very puffy. I had severe headaches that would put me in bed for 3 days. My body was in pain. I would have to take 3 ibuprofen to sit through one of my son's basketball games when he was little, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was pretty heavily involved in the conventional medicine community, so I had all the physicians, the best doctors, trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And finally, I kind of figured it out on my own and realized, for me, it was a lot of food sensitivities. And so I kind of became very passionate about that. You know, I made some significant changes in my diet, both in terms of what I took out from the inflammatory foods that I was putting into it, as well as hyper-infusing my body with nutrition, and became so very passionate about it because it had been a while since I had felt well. So I actually decided to go back to school again. I like school, drive my husband crazy with it, but went back to school and got my master's in applied clinical nutrition because I was so passionate about feeling well and how well I was feeling. And my specific passion is really working with people on the autoimmune spectrum, which is really so many of us today for a number of different reasons. In fact, my youngest son and his wife, Holly, who you know because she's the amazing person who manages the lofts for us. So they both have autoimmune diseases as well, and they are able to manage those with primarily dietary intervention and lifestyle intervention. So very passionate about it because it's been able to keep my own kids off some of the big biologic drugs. And then another piece for me was that when I was growing up, I was sexually abused. And that was something that, you know, when that happens to us, we keep that hidden and feel like we've dealt with this, but it's trapped there in our minds and hearts and souls for many years before it starts coming out and taking a toll on our mental health and on our bodies. And so that was also a piece that's very critically important for me to deal with and come to terms with, which I have completely been healed from the shame of all of that. And so I speak very openly about that because that's a huge platform in my life too, that, you know, if you have been through that, I'm a safe person for you to come talk to. So all of those pieces together were important step in my healing. And I don't know how many of you feel like maybe it's been a long time since you felt well. Maybe it's been a really long time. And maybe you don't know what are some first steps that you can take to getting to that place. And then you have to understand, you have to come up with a why. Why do you want to feel well? Because the journey can be a little bit difficult one. And then when you come to the point where you want to give up or give in, you have to really look at your why to help keep you on track and keep you motivated. For me, at some point down the road, I want to be someone's grandma. And I want to be able to keep up with them. I want to be able to take them and be active with them. I don't want them to be sitting next to me while I'm sitting in the chair because I'm in too much pain and I can't move. And so that's my why. That's what keeps me on track. Plus, when you get a taste of what it feels like to feel well again, it's so motivating, and you just want that for other people. So, and then for me, the faith component is really critical in my life. So I think all of those things contribute to our overall wellness. And this was a very intentional giveaway with intentional businesses involved. Each person in the giveaway has their own specific story and component of wellness. And so if you want to begin to feel well again, in fact, that was the name of my business, my nutrition business, which I kind of put on hold during COVID, but it was Be Well Again Nutrition. If you want to be well again and don't quite know what are some of the first steps you can take, there are so many amazing people in our valley, so many amazing resources, but each business in this giveaway can also kind of point you in the right direction. So feel free to do that. Reach out to one of us and we can kind of give you some direction. We want that for you, whether you're wanting to wait until after the holidays or maybe you want to jump in now. But anyway, I just wanted to share that story and hopefully motivate some of you to realize you can feel well again and get back the pieces of your life that maybe you have not been fully enjoying. So thank you.